Saban, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you, and thank you for let me participate in this. Ali, I'm a ex-Navy guy, so there you go. I have been in the data field for over 30 years, 20 years with Deloitte. So I now presently a director in our global part of our firm doing global data management services for our participating firms around the globe. So I'm very interested to see your presentations. I really love data. I kind of dig it. I never heard it called sexy before, so I'm kind of excited about that. So, thank you for having me participate in this.
All right, thank you for being here. Steve, you're up first.
Very well done. It was very interesting. Living in Tennessee, so I'm very familiar with tornadoes. So a topic of mine. I love the way you brought together not just the data itself, but brings it to in a graphical format to see how the things are, how different aspects are and different dimensionality is trending over time. The conclusion was very nice, because then you actually said, well, what are the insights that came out of it? I would say the only thing I would just add to it is look for more correlation. So I think the trends were great. I think the graphical presentation was great. I think the insights were great. I think the only point I would say is like correlation. Is there depth to size, or depth, or fatalities to size, or some kind of the correlation associated with that, or that might be something you could bring to light. But very well done. Great job. Topic very interested in. Prior to working at Deloitte, I was actually in healthcare data analytics. So I actually got my MBA in healthcare finance. So it's a topic near to my heart. I appreciate you looking at trends and even taking a long-term view of that. That's important, because short trends sometimes don't show the true vision. I would, if you're going to provide insights, I would, even though looking at a long-term view, I might take a time frame that was more current. A lot has changed in 20 years, and even though taking that long-term trend view is important, for your examples, I would take something more current. And I do appreciate you taking the time to look at correlations. And though I gave that as advice on the last example, I would also say be careful when you do the correlations, because correlations need to also be very holistic. And even though we want to be data driven, be careful with the limited amount of data that you have. So you have to take into account external impacts. I think Joe said it kind of right with that. I didn't think about it at the time, but like even the pandemic or other external factors. So something to keep in mind. Is it the data you're just looking at and analyzing it, or could there be some other external factors that are impacting the trend or the anomaly you're looking at? But very good job. Great topic. Well done. Thank you.
Okay, Steve.
Yeah, sure. Helen, thank you for your presentation. Yes, as Joe knows, our corporate headquarters, both global and US, are in New York City. So I end up going there quite a bit, and always put my head down when I get in the Uber. Very appropriate topic. Thoughtfully put together. I appreciate the comparative analysis. I would be, and it might be seconding some things that Gopi said, graphically presenting things is very helpful. I mean, it is a way to present your information, but make sure you present things that are relevant. I did note like the map. I don't know where the map really added value. I may have missed that, but Also, be careful with outlier data. I think there was a significant portion that wasn't identified to which borough. So if you're doing a comparative analysis to the different boroughs, you might want to, sort of call that out. I understand you want to be able to cross-futch the data, so it's whole. But when you're doing, because it was such a high number, and that's understandable. But when you're looking at relative comparisons, you might want to just sort of exclude that because your eye gets caught over there and you start looking at the exceptions. So just be careful. Sometimes data, we want to be data driven. We want to be as objective, but in the presentation, you just use that data as appropriate as possible to get your point across. So thank you for your presentation. Very, very much enjoyed it. And good luck.
All right, judges. Stephen, what did you think of the event?
It was very well done, very well put together. I love the sort of the global feel of it all, since I'm in a global role. So I love that. Different perspectives, the diversity of thought, the diversity of backgrounds I'm a big advocate and proponent of that, because otherwise you get into the rut of groupthink. So I liked just the different perspective, the different topics, unique and interesting. I would second what Elijah said about teaming. As you get into the workforce, you absolutely have to team and collaborate. It's an essential point of that. So I'm glad to hear you've got mentors and teaming. And please realize, we gave this a critical eye with what you did well and places you can improve. Just realize when you get into the workforce and into this area as you move along, that is part of it. You take the feedback, grow from it, and improve upon it. It's all it is part of the journey that you're about to embark on.